Hello friends and a very good morning. My name is Swapnil and in this video we will learn about cardinality. So basically we'll look at what is cardinality, the types of cardinality, and then we'll also look at one more concept called cross filter direction. So let's get started. In my current screen I have shared an image which has two tables, table 1 and table 2, and we have created a join between the two. This particular line is called as the join or a relationship. So let's first understand why we need to create a join. Okay. So as we all know, we use the database called MySQL Server uh, or MySQL or MS SQL Server or Oracle Server. So these all servers have databases, and these databases follow the relational model. Okay. So when we create tables inside this database, so what happens is one particular table does not contain all the data. So we generally process them when we're creating the tables. We generally follow a normalization process under which we generally bifurcate the columns in different tables. And why we do that is basically one from the performance point of view, and second one to reduce the redundancy. Okay. So since we have different columns in different tables, like here, city and state columns are in table 1, city and sales data are in table 2. So, so in order to get all the data, so to get sales data according to state, what we'll have to do is basically by some means we'll have to uh, join the two tables. So this particular line does that particular job for us. Okay. Now, since we have understood why we create a join between the tables, now let's understand what is this one digit which is represented at the end of the join. So this particular uh, digits are called as the cardinality of the join. So here for this join in this example table 1 between table 1 and table 2, it's 1 to 1 cardinality. Now what this cardinality means here? So basically it means that take one row in table 1 will only join to one row in table 2. I'll just repeat. The cardinality 1 to 1 here represent that one row of table 1 will only join to one row in table 2. That's it. That is what the cardinality defines. So there are different types of cardinality. Here we have just seen one to one. Will in the next slide we'll discuss about the different types of cardinality. So let's move forward. So there are four types of cardinality: one to one to many to one, and many to many. So let's look at one by one with the help of an example. First one is one to one. So here we have table 1 and table 2. Table 1 contains state and city. Table 2 contains city and sales. Now in order to get the uh, sales data state wise, what I'll have to do basically is I'll have to create a join, right? In SQL, we generally what we do is basically we'll write the SQL join queries, inner join, outer join, like those, right? But in Power BI, we'll have to create a relationship between them in order to get the data from two tables. So what we will do basically is, since this city column is the common ground for both the tables, we'll create relationship between city columns, right? Now the joining condition is on city column. Okay. So if we create a SQL join for these two tables, what will get as a resultant is here. So here what we have got is we have received 5 rows, right? Table 1 has 5, table 2 has 5, and each city in the table 1 is occurring once. So you can see Pune, Mumbai, Bangalore, Mysore, and Nasik. Each city is offering 1 in table 1, and also each city in table 2 is also offering ones. And hence we only have 5 rows in the resultant table with the SQL join. Now, with the SQL join, what we were able to achieve is we are getting the sales data state-wise. Similarly, in Power BI, we are just creating a relationship. This particular relationship has some cardinality to it, right? And how do we understood the cardinality? Is basically since one row has only created a join. Sorry, I'll take a pen. Since one row has only joined to from table 1 has only joined to one row of table 2, we can say that the cardinality of this join is 1 to 1. Okay, so Pune will join to Pune, Mumbai will join to Mumbai, Bangalore will join to Bangalore, Mysore will join to Mysore, and Nasik will join to Nasik. So now we have understood how the join works or how the relationship works in case of SQL and as well as in Power BI. And we have also understood what is the cardinality of this join. It's 1 to 1. Okay. Now let's move on to the second example, which is 1 to many or many to 1. Here we have table 1, which has state and city. We have table 3, third, which has city, and salesperson wise sales data. So how do we read this table as? In Pune city, Arti has made a total sales of 20 crores. In Mumbai city, Vivek has made a total sales of 100 crores. Again, if we just move down, in Pune, Praveen has made a sales of 23 crores. So here we can see that Pune is offering twice in this particular table, right? Whereas in table 1, Pune is offering only once. Okay. So here when we try to now if we want to get the sales data state-wise, what we'll have to do is basically the first step is to create the relationship between the two tables. We'll create a relationship that we have created using this particular join, this line. And now, so internally what will happen when we do the join is basically this Pune, first row of table 1 will join to the first row of table 3. Also, first row of table 1 will join to last row of table 3. Why? Because in both the rows, Pune city is the common ground of join, right? So if I just show you what will be the resultant table for this particular query, if we write a SQL join, it will be like this. So we will get total number of rows 6 in the resultant table because there are two Pune cities, two occurrences of Pune cities, and when we join the two tables, the table 1 will, the first row of table 1 will join with the two rows of table 3. Since this is the scenario, we term this particular relation as 1 to many. Why? Because one row of table 1 is joining to two rows of table 2. If there were more occurrences of Pune city, the first row of table 1 would have joined to more occurrences of table 3 of the Pune city, right? So it's creating multiple joins. Multiple is represented using an asterisk symbol, and hence this particular join is called as 1 to many. Now understand the context here. We have understood what is the cardinality here. It's 1 to many. Now let's understand what is the context. So now if we see or observe the relation from table 1 to table 3, right? This is the direction, table 1 to table 3. The cardinality is 1 to many. This is the direction, right? But if we see the direction from the table 3, so if we observe the relation from table 3 to table 1, the cardinality will be termed as many to 1. This is the direction, right? So it's many to 1, right? So I guess you have understood when we term a relationship as 1 to many and when we term it as many to 1. It's depending on the context from where we are observing the relationship. Alright, so let's move on to the last cardinality type, which is many to many. Here we have table 4 with some number of salesperson and the target achieved data in the table 4, and in table 3 we have the salesperson wise sales data. Now for this example, if we want the sales data as per the state, okay, what we will do basically we'll join table 4 with table 3, and again the common ground is city column. So we'll join the two tables. We have created a relationship between these two tables. Now let us understand what is the cardinality. So here what we observe, since city is the point of join, Pune city is occurring twice in table 4. Also Pune city is occurring twice in table 3, correct? So now if we, since we have created a join, what will happen is first row will join with the first row of table 3, first row of table 4 will also join to the last row of table 3, and second row of table 4 will join to the first row of table 3. Again second row of table 4 will join to the last row of table 3. So each row has a multiple join for the Pune city, okay, and hence we term this relation as many to many. We'll look at the uh, joins again, but the relationship is many to many from both the ends. So first row of table 4 has created many relation, one with the first row, one with the second last row. So it has created one to many relation. Even in table 3, so the first row has a relation with the first row of table 4, and first row of table 3 has also a relation with the first row of second row of table 4. So what happens is basically uh, we are observing that many to many relation is getting formed, right? And hence we call this type of relation as many to many, wherein one particular row from either side of the table is creating multiple joins with the other table, right? So if we write a SQL query for this particular join, considering first two rows of table 4 and two rows, that is first and the last row of table 3, the resultant will be something like this. This is the resultant table. I've only considered first two rows of table 4 and two rows of table 3 with the Pune city. This is the resultant data. So we can observe that it's a many to many relation, and hence the cardinality is many to many. So now we have understood what is cardinality, right, for a join. How do we interpret it, and how do we know how to get the type of cardinality of that join. So now let's understand the second concept, which is cross filter direction. Okay, so in this particular table what we can see that for the cardinality type, one to many and many to one, we have single or both cross filter option. What is cross filter option? We'll see in a minute, but let us just go through this table first. For one to one, the cross filter option is both, and for many to many, the cross filter option is again single and both. So from the name cross filter option, what we can understand is there is a filtering mechanism going behind, right? So what is single and what is both? So here, if we just go to the Power BI desktop file, what we can see for the one-to-one join between table 1 and table 2, we have one-to-one cardinality join, and we have two arrows here. One is pointing to table 1 and other one is pointing to table 2. So this represents the both cross filter option. Okay, let's look at the second join, which is one to many. So here what we can observe, it also has both direction filter, so it is called as the both cross filter option. Now if we right click on it and go to the properties section, you would be able to edit this cross filter direction option. This is the edit relationship option. We have table 3 and table 1, correct? So from table 3 to table 1, the cardinality is many to 1, right? Table 3 to table 1, many to 1, right? Cardinality is many to 1. Now the cross filter direction, here we have selected both, hence we have two arrows here. If we select the single option in the cross filter direction, as we have discussed that for one to many or many to one, we have single and both, right? Both the options. Here we can see we have single and both. Currently now I have selected single one and I will click on OK. You will observe that it will get only one unidirectional arrow. So here we have an arrow which is pointing from table 1 to table 3. So what it signifies is basically we will be able to filter the table 3's data using table 1. So the filter will work in the direction from table 1 to table 3. Okay. Similarly, in case of table 3 and table 4, we have many to many cardinality join. So here also we can see that we have both directional arrow, and hence you will be able to filter the data of table 4 from table 3 and table 3's data using table 4. Now let's get this in practical. How do we understand this? So we understood that for one-to-one relation, that is from table 1 to table 2, we have currently we have both cross filter direction selected, right? And for one-to-one, we only have the both cross filter option. Let's look at it. So I'll just right click on it, go to the properties section. Under cross filter direction, I can see, oh, I can see the single one also. But if I select the single filter direction option, it will give me an error. What it says that the filter direction you selected isn't valid for this relation. So why it's saying that is because in one-to-one, as we know, one row of table 1 is linked to one row of table 2, and this particular join is very simple, and each one of them should be able to filter one another, and hence only both cross filter direction is enabled for this kind of join, one to one, and single cross filter direction is not enabled. Okay, so what this means for us? Okay, so if we go to the report canvas, I have taken a table data, table 1 data in one graph, and table 2 data in another graph. Okay. If I select something from table 1, what I'm observing is table 2 data is getting filtered. Since I've selected Pune in table 1, only Pune data is highlighted in table 2. Okay. Let's see if it's other way around working. If I select Bangalore from table 2, oh, I am seeing that table 1 is also getting filtered. Now, why is that so? Because since here we are observing that the arrows are pointing at both the ends, it's a bidirectional filter direction, and hence we are able to filter the data from table 1. We are able to filter the data of table 2, and also from table 2 we are able to filter the data of table 1. Understood this much? So for 1 to 1 we are able to have only one option called the both cross filter direction. Okay, let's understand for table 1 and table 3. So here in the model section, what we have, table 1 and table 3 has a join one to many from table 1 to table 3, one to many. And currently we have only unidirectional filter, so which is table 1 to table 3. So now let's see that. So I have data from table 1 in one graph, and in another graph I have data from table 3. If I click on Nasik in table 1, table 3 data is getting filtered. You can see the Nasik data is highlighted here, correct? But if I click something from table 3, let's say I clicked on Mysore, oh, the data in table 1 is not getting filtered. Why is that so? Because the filter direction, the cross filter direction is only one way, that is from table 1 to table 3. And if it's a one to many join, always we have selected a single cross filter direction, it will always be from the point 1 to many and not the opposite way, right? If we have a single cross filter direction enabled, we'll have the join 1 to many. The filter direction will be from 1 to many, right? If I just select the both cross filter option, what will happen? Let us see. I'll go to the properties and cross filter direction. I have selected both. I'll click on OK. I have the bidirectional filter enabled. Now I'll go to the report canvas, and here I can see the Mysore was selected and the table 1 got filtered. We'll see that action again. I'll select Bangalore this time for table 3, and the Bangalore data is getting filtered. So since we have the both directional filter enabled for this particular join, this is one to many from table 1 to table 3, and many to one from table 3 to table 1. So for this case, uh, we have both the options, single and both cross filter option. Now let's understand for many to many. So in case of table 3 and table 4, we have many to many join. By default, bidirectional filter is enabled. So if we go to the report canvas and select something in table 3, so the table 4 data is getting filtered. Let's see if I click on Mysore in table 4. Oh, the table 3 data is also getting filtered. Nice. Okay. So what all different types are there in table many to many relation? So if I click on the properties and click on the cross filter direction, here we have three options. One is table 4 to table 3, other one is table 3 to table 4, right? So if I click on table 4 to table 3, we can see the direction of filter is from table 4 to table 3, right? So if I go to the report canvas and select something from uh, table 4, let's say I select Pune, the data in table 3 is getting filtered, right? But if I select something in table 3, data in table 4 is not getting filtered, right? So this was this single filter direction from table 4 to table 3. but the other way around is also possible, which was not possible in one-to-many, right? So if I select table 3 to table 4, I will see a arrow from table 3 to table 4, and in the report canvas I can see the data is getting filtered accordingly, but it will not be filtered in the other way around. So we have seen that how to uh, what are the different cross filter options in different types of cardinality, but what's the use case? So when you will be creating the dashboards for any of the stakeholders, there might be some requirement, uh, not from the client side. Maybe it can be from the client side, or maybe when we have so many tables to join with, there would be some reason that we don't want the table 3 to get filtered from the table 4. Okay, so in that case we'll just select a single point direction from table 3 to table 4. We'll in other sessions, in other videos, we'll come across one particular scenario wherein we just want the filter to be in one direction, whereas we can enable it in both directions, right? So we'll look at the different examples, but for now just understand this. Okay guys, so we have covered broadly about the types of join, which we also called as the model relationship. Okay, we had three types of model relationship. Basically we term this as the cardinality of the join: one to one, one to many, and many to many. We also saw the cross filter direction concept, wherein the different cardinality type have different cross filter options. So that's it for this particular video. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let me know in the comment section if you like this video, and also if you have any doubt in terms of joins, let me also know that particular thing in the comment section. So thank you guys.